Hey friends, it's Missy again. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm here with a layout for Citrus Twist Kits. I'm the guest designer for April, and I'm going to be using products from the April Scrapbooking Add-on Kit and the April Life Crafted Make It a Venti Kit. And I decided to start with the pattern papers from the Scrapbooking Add-on Kit, and most of them are from the Crepe Paper Maggie Holmes Sunny Days collection. And I thought I would start with this paper here. It's got all these really big letters and words on it, and these are perfect for fussy cutting to create titles or, big words on your layout. And I just saw all these words, and so I decided to just cut all of these letters out and had the idea to make a big title on a layout. And I'm not even quite sure how I'm going to arrange it or anything, but I cut out the words "Let's Get Lost in Summer." And I think I'm going to use this paper as my background. This is another Sunny Days Maggie Holmes paper, and it's just a solid soft pink with that mustard yellow color around the edges. And I'm just going to trim off some of the yellow so it's just a smaller edge border. And then I'm going to attach this to another paper. I wasn't sure if I was going to use another pattern paper or cardstock, but for now I'm just going to use some white cardstock behind it. So I'm going to wind up going through some more of the pattern papers in the kits and some of the washi tape. And this was I did some playing around off camera. I decided to go with a summer photo, which I have a ton of pictures of my girls in the pool, and I thought I would maybe create a vertical design with that big title. And I am definitely going to add some mixed media to this background since it's a pretty solid background and it's perfect for adding some color. So I'm going to start with some white gesso here. I'm just using a plastic palette knife to kind of smudge some down kind of behind the area where I know the title's going to go, and just kind of go from there. Now, I took a break and I decided that I wanted to add some other things to the background besides that big title. So I pulled out a couple of different size circle punches, and then I went through the pattern papers, and I decided that since this background was such a pretty soft pink, I wanted to add some blue to the background. So I went to that Vicki Boutin color kaleidoscope paper and punched out some blue and white circles. And then I went to this pink pattern paper, also from Sunny Days, and punched out some darker pink circles. And then the washi tape, these are all from Sunny Days also, and I just love how all three of these colors looked together. There's that big, thick, bright green one with the light pink flowers, and then more of a turquoise one that has phrases on it, and then more of a lime green color that almost coordinates with that golden, or not golden, mustard yellow color. So I just took some scrap white cardstock and covered a lot of it with rows of that washi tape, and then I'm going to punch circles out of that. And I absolutely love how it turns out. I love those colors together. Even though they're totally different washi tapes, I think they look really pretty together. And this is going to be a summer layout, and so I just thought these colors were pretty for summer, and I really like how they look together and on this soft pink background. And so this layout is going to sort of go through some changes. I also added some orange from one of the pattern papers. I believe that paper is from the Paige Evans Horizon. And as you can see, I changed my mind on the photo that I'm going to use. I went with that bright pool photo to a totally different pool photo. This photo is more of a detail shot of my youngest daughter, and she is forever squatting down at the edge of the pool by the steps and splashing her hands in the water. Or she used to be when she was a lot younger. This photo is actually quite old. And so I like to practice with my camera, and so I was getting down low trying to get pictures of her little feet and her little hands. And so that's what this picture is. So before I do anything else to the background, I want to add my color. What I'm doing here is just spraying on lots of my shimmer sprays, a bunch of different shades of pink, just spraying it down. I'm using some plastic packaging. I'm using my squirt bottle of water, and then I'm just turning the paper this way and that way, letting it run, letting it blend. I just want a nice big color wash of pink on the background. And let me show you something. If you look at this background, do you see this spot over to the upper right area? that's a spot where no gesso is. Can you see the difference of how everything is working on the gessoed area versus the area where there is no gesso? You can see where basically all that water and color just soaked right into the paper. It's not running, it's not blending, it just basically wet the paper. And so all this running and blending is happening very easily because of the gesso. So a lot of people ask me, why do you need gesso? And this just shows you kind of what gesso does. It just protects the paper. It adds a little bit of thickness to the paper, and it just allows everything to sit on top of it and not dry or soak right into the paper right away. And you can see right there, I roll my paper towel over it and it totally soaked up all the color that I had just put there. So it definitely doesn't soak through into the paper until you just let it dry. Okay, so I let it dry and then I went back and added all those pretty circles onto the background. And now here's my issue. Remember the title that I cut out? Where's that gonna go? So this is an example of how my original idea totally changes as I kind of just start working with things. That's been happening to me a lot lately, and I think that's wonderful. It's perfectly okay for your idea to change as you go, because you might get a different idea or you try something else and you like it better. I just happen to like the way these circles look, and that's pretty much the area where my big title was gonna go. So that's gonna change. But I went ahead and glued down the circles, and I love how they look. I love the tie-in of the orange with all those different pinks and blues, and then those washi tape circles turn out really, really pretty too. And you can kind of see how they pop off the page against that mixed media darker pink in the background. So out of all those letters, I decided to kind of come up with a different title. So I thought I would just use the word summer and kind of tuck it underneath the top of the photo there and just go with summer. And I thought, well, maybe I could still do Let's Get Lost in Summer. Took that off, took a break, came back, did some stitching. Not on every single circle, but I just kind of used, I think it's white thread, and I just went back and forth on some of the circles, and I can kind of fold up some of the edges or bend up some of the edges of the circles if I want to. And what I did earlier behind the photo was I added some adhesive foam. I added in a couple of embellishments as layers. And then now I'm just adding in some thread. I've got some of that light blue color. The thread is from my stash. I love to add me some texture and color to my layout. I've pulled out some embellishments here. These are all from the Sunny Days collection, as well as the sticker sheet and those puffy epoxy type word stickers. And I'm just playing around with things to see what looks good where, what matches. I'm going to use that little orange citrus there since I've got orange going on in the circles. And then I'm going to go ahead and start to glue things down. Even though things are stickers, a lot of times they don't stick to things that have gesso on them. So that happens to me a lot where a sticker won't even stick at all. So I always just play it on the safe side and add gesso. I'm changing my mind on the title again. I decided to go with the word snapshot. And I'm going to tuck it underneath the photo, so a lot of it's going to get covered up, but you can still see what it says, and I love how that looks. And then I thought I would mix and match the title and then use one of these words as another title piece. So my title went from Let's Get Lost in Summer to Sunny Snapshot. And again, that's okay. Things change, I'm going to save all these letters. I could use them on a different layout and make a different title out of it. But I love how the word, you can still see what it says, but I love how it's kind of covered up with the photo. And I like that a lot better because I definitely did not want to cover up all those circles, but I love how that little sunny looks. I'm also going to use that light pink camera. I could have used the green one also because I do have that bright green color in the washi tapes, but I like the pink one better. So I'm going to add that, and I'm going to raise that up with a little bit of adhesive foam, as well as this little crepe paper sticker that says Take It Easy, and it matches that yellow border color. And I'm just going to play around and see what looks good where. I've got a couple of pieces from the Make It a Venti kit here. These are exclusive die cuts, a little gray tab piece up at the top, and then another little banner shaped piece over to the right. And I'm just going to continue to tuck things here and there that match. I want to keep all the embellishments limited to either pink, orange, blue, or green in the shades that I've already got going there. There's so many pretty things. This Sunny Days collection is just beautiful, and I wanted to use so many pieces, but you know, I didn't want to add too much. I do add this little puffy, can't decide if these are puffy stickers or epoxy stickers. They're kind of a cross between both, I think. But I'm going to use that little leaf stem piece, and then that pink heart, and then a couple more hearts in coordinating colors as well. And I tried a couple of other black words, but I didn't want to add too much more. So I'm just going to go with the sunny one right there. And I love how that looks kind of arcing over the snapshot word there. So make sure everything is glued down. And then I decided to add some more flowers to kind of echo the pink flowers that are in that green washi tape. So I cut one out of the sticker sheet, and then I'm going to fussy cut out several more from another pattern paper and sort of just work them around the layout in a couple places. So there's just more little pops of floral pink here and there. And I'm going to adhere those with some adhesive foam, one at the top, one right there to the left of the S in Sunny, and then one down here at the bottom left corner of the photo. And then I'm going to have that one over there on the right also. And this layout, honestly, it turned out so different than I had originally planned. But I love how this turns out. I don't know, sometimes it amazes me how you think you have a final image in your mind and one thing changes, and then you get a new idea and you totally change it, and it becomes something that you really, really like. Now here's what I'm going to do. Remember the white cardstock that I had as my background that's going to show around the edges? I decided to kind of pull in some of that light blue color that I've got going on. So I just took some light blue cheap acrylic paint from my stash. I think I get that from, you can get it at Walmart or Michael's, those little cheapy bottles from the craft section. And I'm going to just take a little dry brush and very quickly paint the edges. So you're going to be able to see this behind the layout. And this is very easy to do. If you don't have a pattern paper or a cardstock that matches, just pull out some white and give it a little paint job, and there you go. You would never know that that's not blue cardstock or blue pattern paper. And then to kind of pull in that same color, I watered that same paint down, and I'm just going to use my paintbrush to add some light blue splatters. And this is going to pull from that Vicki Boutin blue paper in those circles. And I'm also going to add some gold, just because I felt like adding gold, because I think gold matches everything, and yeah, love it. Now this was also sent to me. These are, I can't remember which set this is, but there's Citrus Twist Kits always has some of the cutest exclusive stamps, and I'm going to use a couple from this set here. It says Hello Weekend, and this one says Peachy. I just thought that was cute. And what I love about this stamp set is it's pretty versatile. You can use most of these phrases on any type of layout about anything at all. That one says Good Vibes, I think. So now I'm just going to add some adhesive to my cardstock and very carefully stick this down. I'm going to use my paper towels to kind of smudge it around there. Or not smudge it around, but flatten it out so it's stuck down. And then I'm going to add my journaling. I think I'm getting close to being done. I'm going to add my journaling. I don't think I do any more stitching. just on the circles, which I did that a while ago. But add my journaling, and oh, nope, I did do some stitching up at the top, the bottom, and the two sides, just to make sure that that was adhered down. But there's the final page. I really love how this turned out. Like I said, even though it was totally different than the idea I began with, but I love the mix and match title, and I love the colors of the papers together, and the washi tape just really sets it off, I think. I'm not a huge green fan, but I love it when it's mixed with these colors. Turned out really, really pretty. I hope you guys like this. I hope you are inspired, and I hope you will check out these kits from Citrus Twist Kits. I'll leave the link below if you want to check those out. And you can let me know if you have any questions or anything about the kits or about my techniques or anything at all. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.